and lots of it. Both teams in contention for the major. You can expect tensions to be very, very high.
You could say that the odds are against both of these teams, but certainly everybody thinks one team's odds is slightly better than the other's teams.
Yeah, just a little bit. And I think, to be honest, after seeing how OpTic played yesterday, a clean 3-0 through their group with a win over a team like FaZe Clan, yeah, it's fair enough to pick them, but that 93% is quite the margin, I will say, of victory. And I think there's still good things over on that Shopify Rebellion side. Two-piece Parth and Memory have shown that they're a capable team, capable of playing spoiler for, it doesn't really matter who you are. Can't take them lightly just because they don't make the bracket very often.
7% is certainly crazy. I've never seen that kind of percentage, but we'll see. Shopify Rebellion, I certainly think they're better than 7%. Reddles will kick things off for OpTic. The big thing everyone has on their minds is wondering if they can keep that momentum going from their group stage OpTic. Right now, AJ, it's a good pull-off as he tries to get clear out.
You're going to need a good game from Memory. On defense, of course, he will very likely be, more often than not, third man back for Shopify Rebellion, so he's probably going to have his work cut out for him. Nice little dish forward. Magic Bear, decent enough save. Two-piece coming in to try and jam it home, and Magic Bear up early to stop him, but the defensive back line going to be important for Shopify Rebellion, as to forget the defensive back line, Memory's out here doing it himself.
It's a nice one for Memory on the air dribble, or on the reset, and then the bump. Nicely done. Usually Memory's not the guy doing that on this team. You're typically thinking it's going to be two-piece. Memory's been around for a long time. And it's pretty crazy to see him still make it this far into tournaments. Shopify Rebellion, they've had their struggles this season for sure, but Memory showing up big time for that first goal.
Ooh, and they make it another one. They will indeed. Parth is able to collect off the skim off the roof of two-piece here. It's just a quick clear up the corner. Reddles is, honestly, that's his best play. Just go try and cut it off. That's just a great aggressive challenge from two-piece and just enough pace to get around the third man. OpTic Gaming caught leaning a little bit, and Reddles just unable to buy any time.
This is why I'm saying that I think Shopify Rebellion a little bit more than 7%. And remember back in fall, they were kind of in a back stretch position to make the major if they had one really solid placement in the third regional in fall, but they ended up falling apart. But there have been some big moments for the Shopify Rebellion team. Not a big surprise that they go up 2-0 early here, but OpTic had a little bit of pressure, but struggling to get any consistent offense. That was just their second shot.
They do, however, collect two boosts, the midfield one and a Shopify corner one, so maybe that will give them enough of a foothold on the map to at least start to position themselves a bit more aggressively, and you may see your first stint here of OpTic offense.
Well, good pass to AJ, but he just ripped it. Magic Bear was there, and Shopify Rebellion made sure he wasn't anymore. But guess what? He spawned, he's deleted again, but AJ in front of the touch. One lets it drop, couldn't stay behind it. Rebellion don't stay, and they're half long. In fact, Parth drops it underneath, but Magic Bear still gets the touch, having to face the demo. Able to avoid it, and Shopify Rebellion back to their own half, but really commanding the pitch right now.
Do have a lot of coverage, but a little bit slow on the follow-up right now, in the midfield at least. OpTic slowly but surely reasserting their presence across the pitch. Definitely making it a lot harder for Shopify to stay on extended pushes through the OpTic defensive half, as Memory trying to jam one through, but no shot. AJ already in position. That shot also well wide, but Reddles maybe a little bit of an ill-advised touch. Thankfully, two-piece not able to capitalize. OpTic really just need a little bit of control there and start to see things go their way, I think.
Ooh, two-piece got a great clear downfield, though. You saw Reddles, he was kind of sizing it up, sitting in midfield. He got a full tank of boost. He was playing this side, but two-piece just lands so quickly, that ball comes so far out, and he gets caught.
And that follow-up from Memory as well. He was with two-piece all the way on that transition, but you're right. That smooth landing on the sidewall from two-piece allowed him to get right back into the play. And in a situation where most people think you're generally going to be out of it, that control of his car, just great movement. giving Shopify a pretty commanding lead here in game one, and honestly, probably more than enough to do it, even with 90 seconds. OpTic just not quite had the guns out of the gate ready to go this time, it would seem.
I mean, that was just their 5th shot. And when we looked at their first goal, never mind. AJ finds the back of the net, and they restart the clock.
Nice challenge from Reynolds, really just trying to keep it in the mix. And, of course, there's the pressure on Memory, trying to screen it, make it as awkward as possible to try and make that save. Not sure if it really phased him too much, but no matter that, still had AJ come through, fire a bullet at the net. That'll get the job done. Little fake kickoff as well. OpTic trying to pull out all the tricks to get themselves back in this one.
Magic Pair forced to pull off. Memory was so quick to the challenge. Now he's just bullied them all out. Pass to the corner, Memory. Conducting the pass downfield, but OpTic able to hang on. Time not necessarily on their side right now, and it's still Rebellion pushing Magic Pair out of the way, still winning the touch. Nothing really developing on the field. Maybe here, Reynolds, he got the boost downfield, but the pass was too light. Easily defended. Oh, and another cut goes back for Rebellion.
Nice job from Parth as well, not letting AJ start that one. Great dish to Reynolds, and actually surprise touch. Memory trying his best to get this one out. AJ can't keep it in the mix. Shopify Rebellion, I think, really got quite fortunate there. That could have backfired quickly, but they're able to rally in time, and nice, strong challenge from Two-Piece gets the ball to safety. And, of course, OpTic, you can't be surprised there, leaning pretty hard on the offense, trying to jam one in and give themselves a shot.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to throw bodies at that one, right? It's only game one as well. Might as well. Oh, let's see what works. That one's a decent shot, but a better save. I don't know. Those opening minutes from OpTic, I certainly thought that they'd be a little more heavy on the offense, but instead it's been a lot of that on the blue half. They really just weren't able to get a lot going in the orange half. So I don't know, Chiefs. How exactly are you seeing this one?
I mostly just think it's a quality challenge game from Rebellion. They're definitely not allowing a lot of space. They certainly aren't giving OpTic a lot of time uncontested with the ball, and I think pretty much that's all you can really ask. I think it's a well-deserved win. The shot differential looks pretty even, obviously +2 for Rebellion, but in general, I mostly think they just did a nice job, especially Two-Piece really getting up in people's faces and making it tough for them to control the ball, and OpTic just didn't really have an answer at the moment.
You know, it says something that when the game starts with a memory flip reset bump goal, I think that anybody who was like making kind of like predictions on what player is going to score the first goal and how are they going to score it, literally nobody would have done. You could have pulled 1,000 people. Not a single person would have put memory on that list.
Memory flip reset bump, probably not too high up the list of options. That's for sure.
Like, sure, I'll give that one to AJ. AJ might hit that. Two-Piece might hit that, but memory? I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to diss him.
He can. It just doesn't happen often.
Right.
Definitely not his modus operandi on the regular, that's for sure. But that just goes to show he's been around a long time. There's a lot of tools in that basket. Pulled out at the time to start that game off. Couldn't ask for a better time, I suppose. And after that, it was really Two-Piece, Parth, and Memory. Great spacing, layering on the challenge game. They really just said, OpTic, look, you're going to have to execute if you want to beat us. Unfortunately, OpTic never really won a big key challenge or got a big key block to really put Shopify in a bad spot.
See if they can figure out a way to get through this Rebellion squad. But Memory, a good catch. He wanted another bump. Reynolds had to give it up. Two-Piece in the air. And OpTic fine on defense for now. As AJ and Magic Bear. Bit of confusion on who's going for that touch. Magic Bear coming back, gets the bump. OpTic trying to recover off of that earlier mistake. And they did freeze Rebellion. Still a battle in midfield. Ball keeps getting just sent back to the back wall.
Real heavy touches, though, from Rebellion. Yeah, they've got possession here, but they certainly aren't able to move the ball the way they'd like, of course. Right as I start talking about some of the issues they have, Memory gets the perfect dish off the corner to himself, and how about a dime to the back post?
What's Memory been eating today?
Yeah, seriously, what do you have?
It's working well. It's not even just like the first goal or anything, but even in the last game, he's winning his 50s. He's moving the ball downfield for Rebellion, and really, at the center of this push for Rebellion in the series so far.
It's always the question.
Yeah.
Do you feed the hot hand? It's like normally I wouldn't really think to give the ball to Memory. But right now,
I'm telling you, Memory's sitting here. He's like, I just scored a sick goal. I can do anything.
He goes, yeah, give me another one.
Give it to him. That's a good bump, though. OpTic trying to get back in. Magic Bear just lets it drop. It's the first goal for OpTic.
And here you see the classic principle. You see Parth go up the backboard here, and Magic Bear the right idea. Honestly, I think he actually missed the the flip reset. I think Magic Bear was actually trying to jam that one in. And I think he's a little bit fortunate that one actually didn't come off his nose any stronger, because since Parth went up that backboard, it's actually quite difficult to get all the way down to the bottom of the net. And Magic Bear with a flip reset finds a small gap.
AJ, his nose got bopped by the crossbar, but I think that ended up working out in his favor because he landed perfectly onto the ball. It's just interesting. Reynolds leaving the side wall. AJ jumps early, but it's a free touch. If Magic Bear could get there, he's got no boost though. Reynolds gets a bump. Magic Bear might split the seam, but he just couldn't go fast enough. Now AJ no boost as well. Tenuous control of the orange half, but OpTic are making it work. Magic Bear, another touch out, another 50 for Reynolds. Reynolds and Magic Bear. A little bit of struggle in getting to the box. Looks a little ugly, but they're trying to hang on to that ball. Rebellion finally grab it.
Yeah, Magic Bear really, he was just getting bumped around by a bunch of different people. He was just doing his best to try and keep the ball in the mix, and this actually may pay off well. Reynolds cannot connect. I don't know why I went with a long O, but either way, OpTic Gaming just trying to poke and prod, see if they can get another one of those weird defensive communication mishaps, because it happened earlier on that Shopify Rebellion side. It just took a little bit of physicality, and you can see some cracks start to appear as that one's punched off the wall, and a beautiful clear from Memory straight to Parth as well.
Oh, yeah, good clear though by Reynolds. The transition got out of hand quickly. Magic Bear jumps the route. Reynolds there, quick shot by two-piece. He couldn't make it happen. His car got blown back. 2-1 for OpTic.
A lot to consider here for two-piece. This really was like watching the volleyball player try and defend the net or get up tall, and you just hit the ball so hard, it goes right through your fingers. Two-piece just not fast enough to get all the way above it. Just ripped one right over his shoulder. OpTic Gaming definitely starting to get a much firmer grasp on the series now, and now you ask a lot of questions. Shopify, yeah, you made some nice plays in game one, but now we hold all the cards. You got to make a play to come beat us now.
They've been shut down in the shot department, only 3 of them. Much different than how game one has gone, but Memory looking for two-piece. Really had to stretch for it. And now it's OpTic who are in the comfortable spot, but it might start getting a little shaky here. Two-piece, his ball knocked away. Another quick shot. Memory puts some lead behind it. We got a tie game.
Heavy hit from Memory, and that's all he really needed. Uncontested here in the middle of the box. It's just making sure you get enough on it and keep it in the top of the net, and you can't miss. Boy, did he deliver. Huge shot from Memory again. Yeah, he's not missing right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, you said feed the beast. Parth.
Oh, there you go.
He's going to pop it for two-piece. And Memory's forced to stay back. Magic Bear popping it up. Think back to the earlier OpTic opportunity. They got 2 demos, and they still had a last defender to beat in net. Reynolds had tried to fake him out and give the ball off to Magic Bear. And then a lot of those touches, I know you're talking about heavy touches for Rebellion, but some of OpTic's touches, the way they're positioned, I think they're hoping for softer bounces when they're on this half, or at least on that last push. We'll see what develops for them here. Shopify Rebellion are at least holding on. Memory gets his boost stolen. AJ, a little soft pinch, back to Magic Bear, cut off by two-piece. That's a big clear. Forcing Reynolds back, two-piece. Just gonna swing off the ball. Memory looking for a pass, but everybody bails out, and Magic Bear has control.
A weird rotation there from Shopify Rebellion. Very spread out, but thankfully OpTic not really able to grab control of the ball cleanly and really move it wherever they'd like, and going for these nice long clears, really trying to space Shopify Rebellion out. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea. I do think in general I would take OpTic winning a extended fight for the ball up in the air and just win on positioning alone.
Ooh. Memory had the catch in midfield. Two-piece, nothing for him. AJ gets a ramp bounce, and there we go. OT on Forbidden Temple.
Nice job from Parth. Don't overthink it. Got that one coming back to your own half. Just jump up, smack it to the floor, reset everything on the kickoff. Good idea.
Ball killed there for Memory's challenge. Rebellion just constantly forced laterally to move, catch up to these challenges. Two-piece buys them a little space and a demo, but Magic Bear's the one behind the ball. Forced to give it up off of Memory's chip. Parth, again, harassed by Magic Bear, forced to give up the ball. AJ in the corner, 2 touches out. Reynolds waits. No one gets the touch. Magic Bear left all by himself. AJ trying to help out, kicks it away, and bails Magic Bear out of what would have been a dangerous 2v1. Parth trying to keep that ball going. Again, OpTic's defense, not letting Rebellion play in front of the box. This one from Parth, maybe he could do it. Going for the corner read, but that's a little tough. Last man getting demoed from Rebellion. And answered by
greedy.
Two-Piece's own demo, and they just can't find a way in.
I feel like Two-Piece probably would have been better served dumping that one back to his own half. Unfortunately, Magic Bear was a huge challenge, and now it's in such a tough spot. Parth does an excellent job not overcommitting too high for that and just able to poke that out to the corner, but OpTic definitely reasserting possession of the ball and forcing these long clears from Shopify.
Reynolds, good catch. Not the best 50 though. Everyone on OpTic were on the opposite side, but I mean, AJ still gets the ball for free. Two-piece, let him walk in. Parth, another catch. Parth, swinging around the wall. Feigns the dodge, trying to touch off back to his team, but Shopify Rebellion's rotation very loose right now.
Okay.
Tends to happen in overtime. And there it is! A missed 50 in front of the box. Magic Bear gets the game win for OpTic.
It's just AJ testing the defense. Memory, that's actually a great challenge. I mean, he's right up in AJ's face. He's got the hand up. It's just one of those freak incidents where tips right off his car. And of course, Rocket League gods say the ball hits that top corner, goes straight back out. And it's such a tough read to make for the second man trying to rotate through the defensive box. And unfortunately couldn't get a hand on it. OpTic Gaming there to clean up the scraps.
It was a very tight defensive game from OpTic. Again, just didn't give Rebellion anything in regulation. A couple of decent shots from Memory. Love the one that he had on the corner read and slotted it left side. That was a great shot. And Memory certainly played well so far, but Two-Piece is typically the pop-off guy on this team. And while he does have 2 assists, he is involved in the offense. His pop-off potential, his mechanical prowess has been shut down by OpTic.
Yeah, I mean, that, again, that's the product of how OpTic's moving that ball around over on the Rebellion half. In general, it's quite difficult for Rebellion to really bring that ball, trapped and start a dribble and really bring possession to themselves on their own terms and move the ball up the field how they would like, or at least take a challenge in a more stable position, if that makes sense. They are really getting pressured pretty quick out of those corners, and it's forcing them into just dumping that ball all the way down to the opposite end, and it's making it tough for them to consistently win the battle of possession.
Let's see if they can start winning that possession.
Seemed like there from Parth.
Just such a hard touch, right?
Exactly. Like straight off kickoff, there's nothing wrong with trying that. Of course, Two-Piece will recover in the midfield and score. But that being said, the thought process, not necessarily one that you should be looking for consistently. Really trying to wonder why. I guess Reynolds didn't have any boost. He couldn't actually jump and challenge it. But
I mean, the ball wasn't that high, though. You can at least jump there, right? Maybe he just thought Two-Piece wasn't going to get back.
I mean, he had 2 players stuck behind him, right? What are the odds Two-Piece gets through and scores?
but not jumping and you just give him the touch for free. I mean, at least
true,
right? But hey, if they win this, maybe we can ask Reynolds what he was thinking in that moment.
Yeah.
He's got no boost here to drop it down, but here comes Magic Bear.
Double commit.
Get around, free ball, but taken away. Memory hit the ball back into Two-Piece. A bit of pinball, and there go Rebellion. Back to the blue half. Two-Piece, here he comes. With the dunk. Makes it a little awkward for AJ. Coming across. Memory puts it in. His first goal of the game.
Talk about manipulating a challenge. Look at Two-Piece boost to the outside of the ball. He's sizing up where Magic Bear was on the backboard so he could make sure to jam this one into the box. Oh, that was big brain challenging from Two-Piece.
Two-Piece. A quiet game, but not anymore. Now Memory keeps the touch tight. Parth flips it over one, and always these tight pushes on defense. Now OpTic, quick pass. Reddles cut off immediately, though. And Parth able to just throw that ball into midfield. As everybody on Rebellion, well, 2 have tons in the tank. They're forced to put the ball downfield, and the last man got demoed.
That one's just too heavy again. They had a 2-on-1 transition right there, and Shopify just kind of dumped the ball away. That being said, they have held possession, but just want to see the small refinement. Reddles, that's an excellent save on a difficult one to make. Right at him over the back shoulder. Not an easy way, and no guarantees that you actually keep it out either.
AJ almost landing for another reset, but the ball skid off his car. Magic Bear caught on the flick. Rebellion happy to play in the corner until they find a 50 they like. That one, Magic Bear hopped right on top of it. Rebellion, hard touch from Parth. Reddles gets the look at this one. He keeps it tight. Now he beats Parth. Got one more to go. Rebellion actually get control of this. Just a high ball, nobody's jumping for it. And OpTic is getting a lot of time to reset, take a lot of boost. It's been difficult, but Rebellion still get the ball in midfield. Parth got the carry and just can't get another touch across to make Reddles uncomfortable. AJ pre-jumped the pass, and he got burned for it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be down towards the floor. Thought maybe it was going to be a little bit higher, and that's kind of the product that definitely feels like this game has gone up at least a gear in terms of pace. Everyone trying to increase their speed just a little, and when you're trying to do that, you go for that free jump like AJ, and if it's not perfectly dished right to you, gonna flub a transition. Reddles just dumps one up the middle part, able to cover up. AJ just has to skip this one. Unfortunately, can't get it mid or off the wall. Again, Parth there for the save. Shopify holding on to a decently safe 2-goal lead, but a lot of time left.
2-piece. Oh, wow, AJ got underneath. It doesn't matter, though. Parth puts that one in the back after a heroic effort here from AJ.
Yeah, that one just doesn't feel fair. I mean, you make a great stop like that, and then Magic Bear just realizes he's the one on the hook for the one that there's no shot to save. Unfortunate if you're OpTic Gaming, but Rebellion, huge push, great pressure. They find themselves in an incredibly safe position now. 3 goals generally tends to always be the safety net, but there, of course, is Magic Bear to bring them right back into 2, and you kind of write off one you just gave up, because now you're back in the same spot.
Be careful, Achieves. Don't stay comfortable. A lot of time.
I always feel good at 3-0, but as soon as you score 3 and then you give one back, you immediately go back to saying, yeah, I don't feel good anymore.
All of a sudden, 2 goals with the most dangerous lead, and here we are. Oh, man. Memory. Trying to get that lead, or that 3-goal lead back. And AJ not getting the touch he wants. Get forced to play ball in the blue half. Time increasingly becomes a factor. Magic Bear downfield, no contact. OpTic really just trying to outspeed Shopify Rebellion in these corners, and they're diving. Very aggressive
really hard
positioning, and they're just not successful on making contact.
Rebellion also diving pretty hard for some of those challenges, and here it's actually going to cost them. OpTic breaks out, and they get a man in front of the ball. Reddles is taking a page out of the Space Station book, leave the dribble and go for the bumps. Unfortunately, couldn't connect, and that could have been a huge play for OpTic.
I feel like that was originally Reddles' book, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the Reddles book. You're right.
if anything, they wrote the copycat, right? Space Station. It's like Reddles wrote the OG book, and then they just wrote a book in the same genre. I don't really know what's going on.
Adapted by.
Trying to get it. You're right. It's like the adaptation of the OG book. Okay. 45 seconds. OpTic still unable to find the back of the net for a second time, but they get a little space with Magic Bear. He's got no boost left. Let's drop. Well, he doesn't let it drop. It just does drop. Reddles.
Ooh, okay.
For Magic Bear again. AJ on the wing. He's jumped it, but Memory says you're going to have to work a little harder than that. Reddles again launches it back over to AJ. OpTic, they're playing by themselves in the orange half, but they simply can't score.
OpTic is going for the world. I mean, and they get punished. Oh, Memory. Again, another beautiful bit of shooting here. I mean, this is just OpTic pressing hard and trying to score and having to rotate back. Reddles, honestly, he's not really in that bad of a position. It's most likely that Memory tries to punch that ball off the wall and into middle, so Reddles is trying to close down that angle, but Memory gets all the way around the back of one again and just finds that back post, man.
Unreal with how OpTic have played, with how confident the desk was And with how confident chat was about OpTic's chances in this series, it's Rebellion after game 3 going up 2-1 in the series. Parth, two-piece, and Memory getting it done right now.
You never doubt. You never know what's going to happen. And that's another 7 shots for AJ. Someone on OpTic had 7 shots in the previous game, but clearly there's some shooting issues. Not a lot of high-quality chances, it would seem, for OpTic. They're really trying to press, and that's why it felt like they tried to shift into that gear where they try and get a little more aggressive, try and predict the play just a little more, be a little bit faster, see if they can get the edge over that Rebellion defense that way. But just for whatever reason, not connecting on demos or just not making the right passes.
That's like the thing, though, right? Is like if you find yourself diving at challenges you've no business diving for, like, isn't that the moment that you should like stop for a second and slow down and try to let Rebellion give that ball up instead of constantly diving trying to be the faster team? Because you end up being slower that way, don't you?
Yeah. If you're not making contact on those plays and really just pulling yourself out of position, yeah, you're going to slow down your rotation back to.
Even if you are making contact though, and you're like diving at the ball, like you're not going to get a challenge that your team is going to be able to use most of the time, right? I don't know. It's the school of thought, right? It all goes back to how much trust you have in the people behind you to be able to at least buy you some time. And it's neither good nor bad, as AJ is just going to float one over the entire Shopify defense here kind of out of nowhere. Memory actually really just trying to make it easy for Parth, but unfortunately I think Parth may have messed up a half flip, and that's why he used a second. Yeah, he jumped right before the 50 happened and then had to recover. I think that little chip right there did slow him down enough. Ooh, makes up for it with a nice 50. And okay, all right. I guess this is Twisted Metal now. Is Memory gonna push this ball back downfield? Hang on a second, Memory. Ooh. No chance for him.
And Shopify Rebellion really kind of, I think this is the first game where they haven't scored first. Well, I guess I thought they scored first, right? They lost game 2. Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. The offense has been spotty at best for OpTic. They launched that downfield. Really, when Rebellion haven't given them the error, I don't really think they've given them many holes to punch through. And I don't think OpTic have had like the worst tries on offense either. I don't think the last game was their best offensive effort, but I definitely thought even in game 1, they looked a lot better with their creativity on offense, but just not any of it. Like just all hard touches from OpTic. Everyone just rotating back, hoping they can get the ball. And AJ, no boost, doesn't get the touch. Parth serves it up, but it's thrown right back into the trash. OpTic keeping that 1-goal lead. Parth pops it up. And what do Rebellion have on this push?
Got to applaud Magic Bear and the poise on defense right there. That was not a fun spot to try and defend from, and he made a great read on what was actually happening there and a big stop to keep Shopify Rebellion from tying things up in Memory again. I would not have been surprised if that pinned straight into the top corner.
When it rains, it pours. That goes both ways, when you're playing well and when you're playing badly. For Memory, it's been okay. But right now, OpTic are in the lead. Reynolds just could not hang on to the ball right up to Memory. Oh,
unlucky.
AJ flips backwards, trying to rotate. Magic Bear coming in for the pop. A real chance for OpTic to put pressure on the net. And yeah, it all gets sent back to the blue.
That's the thing. It's like OpTic, you're like, okay, there's definitely some good ideas. The structure's decent enough. The idea is correct. It's just, for whatever reason, little tiny things just not going their way, and it's throwing off the entire sequence of what they're trying to do. And it just feels like if things start to turn around just a little bit for OpTic, feels like there's a lot of potential there to really put the squeeze on Shopify, but so far, only a 1-goal lead. That one's never safe in Rocket League.
Another hard challenge in the corner. 2-piece. Does not get bumped. In fact, he's got the reset. OpTic continue to keep Rebellion out of the net, as tenuous as it may feel. Here comes one more. A demo on the backside. Reynolds, he jumped early, but 2-piece never left. Now he gets his ball back in the corner. A demo forcing OpTic into hurry-up mode, but they still get the ball back in a 50. Magic Bear, no touch. And Parth is going to get out for free. He flicks over one. Parth still going, but the touch taken away by Magic.
Yeah, Parth actually going for the optimal play there. Just pinched that one across the middle of the pitch, and that was an excellent read again. That OpTic defense figuring it out pretty quick what the plan was. Shopify finding a few really nice counterattacks. It's just a matter of, can they bear fruit? Back on the other side, two-piece. That's an aggressive dive. Don't hate the idea. Time is starting to really become a factor here, so they'd be willing to take a few more risks.
Still a good bit of time.
Oops.
One goal and his two-piece. Not going to follow if he wants. Memory also stuck with no boost there. Rebellion just kind of forced to retreat, albeit slowly. Now two-piece, a decent catch, 48 boost, and a hard hit. Where Rebellion can go here. AJ and Magic Bear still keeping the corner closed. Nice little chain dash from Magic Bear to throw it downfield. Two-piece,
nice.
Forced to control.
Oh, really great job, too. Oh, my goodness. That was smooth. I mean, just trapped that ball nicely against himself back in his own half. Converted the air dribble all the way back to the other side, giving Shopify Rebellion a lot of space here to work with on offense for the final 30 seconds. That's that type of control you need on defense, or at least on your own half if you're Rebellion right now.
Oh! With 22 seconds left, Parth hits the deep angle. Memory lobs it up. AJ passes to Stretch. He's coming down underneath, but Parth was already above him and had a great touch on the wheel, slotted in the top. What a shot from Parth.
So tough to hang with on the backboard, too, there if you're AJ. Just take that skip off after you miss your initial touch, and Parth trying to surprise the defense. Reddle's all over it on the back line as well. Memory, of course. Who else?
Another clear.
Ooh, pass?
Elliott trying to steal this game away after OpTic held a lead for 4.5 minutes. Magic Bear ripped
be
one
careful.
up to commit from Rebellion. And Reddles, he wants to play, but he lost it.
Rebellion almost panicked themselves into to losing game 4 right there.
Ooh, this kickoff could be dangerous because AJ's got the ball, but actually got the touchdown to Magic Bear. It's looking okay for OpTic if they can keep that ball. Reddles gets in the way. Parth gets a big clear, forcing AJ and Magic Bear back. And they actually get back to this. Memory has to stay back. And he cuts the pass off. Parth got a demo on the backside, but just too hard of a touch for him to get to quickly, and AJ follows him nicely.
Ooh, careful, one-on-one. Magic Bear really just taking his best guess there. Didn't really have the time to sit there and let his teammates come forward, so just took a pot shot at the net. Reddles stuck on the sidewall, and he'll actually recover beautifully. Parth was coming to apply that pressure, and gotta love that control from Reddles right there to stop a disaster from happening and putting themselves in the hole.
Magic trying to use the ceiling. He's got another reset. But he got too far away from the net. Reddles popping it across. Two-piece having to reorient his car. OpTic stealing the boost out. Two-piece looking for a way in, but Magic Bear cuts him off in midfield. AJ's got 14 boost. He can't even leave the wall, but he's still going to stick around, hoping for a boost steal. Reddles not going to get the 50 for him, and he's forced to retreat.
Yeah, and Shopify currently getting boxed into their own half right now. They're having to play for boost rather than the clear, and AJ cannot quite hit it clean. He had the idea to go just around the backside of the defender, but he overcooked it, and now two-piece Parth and Memory are going to survive off what should be a 2-2 series.
Oh, AJ, smart to delay his dodge as long as possible there, trying to catch Rebellion out. Maybe you have him positioned a little awkwardly. Maybe you get a good 50. Maybe you even get an own goal out of it, but none of that's happening. Oh, and the ball skips hard over AJ's head. Here's another one for OpTic. AJ finally sinks it. He's done with this game. On to the next one.
Yeah, you had to give him a harder shot to score, clearly. The one-on-one with a lot of the net open was too easy. Instead, just make sure you dish him one up on the backboard and he'll drill it. Great shot from AJ. Tying the series up at 2s. But to be honest, that overtime was all optics. I think Shopify really got pushed around a little bit there on the defensive side and just couldn't quite figure out where they needed to be positioned. And the timing and the structure of their defense really got thrown into a blender right there, and they just couldn't get settled.
Rebellion, they had a couple transitions that looked promising, but it felt like a complete flip from the last game where it was Rebellion just hitting the ball away, not able to retain possession, or OpTic was doing that in the last game, and now Rebellion are doing that in this game, and OpTic just had them locked down on defense again. So there have been 2 games in this series where OpTic have been able to play with that consistency, But when Rebellion have won, they've scored in bunches. They scored more than 3 in the first game. 3-0 for most of game number 3. So what's game 5 got for us as we head to Wasteland Night?
An important one is definitely what it is, especially when you're right. I'm with you there when you say Rebellion, they've had a lot of success, but they have to score in bunches to do it. Feels like they really kind of go out there, score 1 or 2 pretty quick ones, and then maybe a third shows up. But either way, they've done their best work when they forced OpTic to have to execute and press for something. And granted, of course, Shopify has been able to execute on their own terms when they've got some of those stronger counterattacks, but in general, it just feels like OpTic more often than not, the ones controlling pace of play, even if both teams are really struggling to come up with high-quality chances on target.
Right now, Rebellion had a couple of attempted pushes here. Memory, no boost as he forces Magic Bear to just kind of whip back and forth. Well, pause some time. Back to 2-piece. He gets a decent pop, but that's enough for AJ. Memory, though, he's got a full tank. Memory gets underneath and really wanted to get over that reset, but Reynolds takes the ball away. Magic Bear gets kicked, but AJ and Reynolds combine! Oh! And they're ripped apart! What a save!
That was an absolute laser at the net. I don't know how 2-piece managed to get up in time to tip that one off the bar. I mean, I'd say 9 times out of 10, that's like you see somebody hit a line drive in baseball towards the outfield, and you're like, yeah, 90% of the time that's a base hit. Not right there.
Oh, man. He somehow threw it the whole way across. Now Parth, he wins the touch before he gets deleted. Memory, no boost, but he wins the 50. Wants to steal. He's got it. 2-piece, full tank from midfield. Parth is far back for AJ's touch. Trying to cut off Reddles, but he had to dive pretty deep to do it. Very nice. Not the best landing from 2-piece. Kind of got chipped on his way up.
Awkward. I think Memory is very fortunate that Reynolds didn't get command of the ball there in the corner. He realized that he was just going to have to rotate straight through his teammates, so he's just trying to fight for the ball, and OpTic just not really able to get control cleanly.
Everyone from Rebellion far back here, but OpTic couldn't really get a good touch out of Reynolds there. Now Parth feathers it and just misses it. No contact. Now 2-piece has to find a way through. He got the 50 back to Memory, who forces the play in the corner. Demos Reynolds on his way back. And he's just going to turn right on it. But 2-piece has also jumped. Memory's going to make it work anyway. AJ gets underneath him, but he's forcing OpTic to get up on the goal line, make these saves. Magic Bear able to get a soft touch. AJ follows it up nicely. OpTic hunting. Can they find the mark? Magic Bear just ripped it off the post. And now a pop transition for Parth. Taking it slow. Parth, tried to connect with 2-piece. Memory got to sit back. Love the idea here from Rebellion, but they just couldn't get a threatening touch. AJ, return fire! And save, but no good! Right off the post, into the net. AJ got the lead.
OpTic show you this is how you're supposed to transition up the field when you've got the quick redirect as the only option. You put that shot straight on target strong. You don't go for the extra pass. Unfortunately, Shopify kind of flubbed their touch. I think it was Parth, just couldn't quite get around it. Ended up having to try and pass the ball. And then Rebellion nearly put a second one in off the kickoff after a beautiful redirect. So 2 minutes left, and now Rebellion find themselves in a situation that they're quite familiar with, unfortunately. Down 1, a lot of time left, but you got to make something happen, and now that pressure is getting increased. Look at AJ. He was straight headhunting the last man here. He's just like, nope, I'm going to hit you. There's nothing you can do about it.
He just rolls straight up the wall. Sees you. Oh, you're rotating back? That's cute. How about not? And OpTic trying to steal this one. Take advantage in the series, put it on match point. Rebellion pull out some magic here as 2-piece. Okay, there's the first bit of magic. The first step is done. Now they need one more.
Right back in it. Couldn't ask for a better kickoff. I mean, it stalemates, and 2-piece somehow wins the ball clean. Totally uncontested. No touch from OpTic, and of course, that's going to put the third man back in quite the bind, to say the least. 2-piece, that's a great bit of shooting to get yourselves right back in this one.
Now, tons of time for them. Could be a confidence builder for Rebellion. Been shut down offensively for most of the game. Had a couple nice transitions. 2-piece, he's starting to come online. 2-piece fully connected, tie game.
Well, you knew he was capable of it, but look at this timing on the challenge to steal it away.
Woo.
Quick cut to get through the second player, and then Reynolds one-on-one. Try as you might, when it gets ripped that hard at you, good luck trying to save it from that close. That's a straight 1v3 from two-piece.
And two-piece. Where Memory has had some standout moments, two-piece is really starting to feel it. Parth, though, misses the ball.
No.
OpTic, oh, they had a gift, and Reynolds returned it to center.
A gift for sure, but not a freebie, to be fair. Not the easiest shot to make when you're not expecting them to just straight misplay a ball. Reynolds gave it his best look. But that's often what we talk about. That's the margin that you operate on, and somehow Reynolds comes through with a much cleaner attempt, and I don't know how the defense got in position to block that.
They sent all three, and they said surely they can't get through all of us. Two-piece, up high, and no one from OpTic was ready. Everyone was rotating back, so triple didn't even matter. This is a decent drop attempt, but AJ's left by himself. Reynolds picked up the demo on the backside. Now he cuts right back in, but there's two orange cars that are in his way. Two-piece, oh, ill-advised touch. Now downfield, Magic Bear, redirect, but saved! Still a loose ball. OpTic gonna get the first look. It'll be Reynolds, trying to slow it down. He's over Memory. Reynolds, not over two-piece, stays right with it, gets over AJ, and keeps Rebellion in regulation. Popped up high, maybe Rebellion gets set up here. Magic Bear's got a ton of boost, but he loses to 50. Maybe Rebellion got something here, but look how far off they pulled when Reynolds was on the back wall. Parth wins it, Memory in the air, drop down! Oh, off the pony! Another shot, no two-piece, he missed! And a big chance for Rebellion! OpTic might just steal it right here! AJ, off the ramp, Reynolds trying to size this up, and he just can't get the measure of it, he had to leave!
Oh boy, Rebellion, you gotta be upset not scoring right there. Of course, two-piece did have to come all the way around the opposite side of the ball to try and get there in time. Unfortunate, that's the way she goes sometimes, but that was by far and away the best chance you had. Reynolds, strong defense. And Rebellion, you wonder if they're gonna get another quality chance like that.
Well, they have control at the start of overtime, but oh, you saw two-piece, he cut up expecting a 50 from Parth, but Magic Bear just full supersonic, knocked that ball back. Hang on, Magic Bear forced to cut into the rotation, and Memory keeps things tight. Parth leaving with under 50. That's all he's got. AJ looking for Reynolds. There's some space. Hard kick, but how often have they actually caught two-piece out on that hard transition shot? Even right there, Memory. He just hits he's in the perfect spot. Parth delivered an absolute screamer off of his car. It didn't end up mattering.
They did buy him a lot of time. I actually think it mattered quite a bit. They bought him a lot of time to really get reset on defense in a situation where they were about to get pressed quite hard. So sometimes that's just one of those fluky instances on defense where the positioning works out just so. And Parth not able to get all the way around it and dunk it home, but Shopify not done yet. Now they're getting some boost steals. OpTic in a tight spot. Reynolds for free. Memory trying to get there in time, but now you got to be careful you don't overcommit if you're Rebellion.
Oh, Rebellion, especially when you can smell it. You were that close. You might just try to push that throttle a little faster just to get the goal, but now the back end's wide open and Memory closes it quickly, but it's another free ball. Pass to Reynolds, shot off the board! Another chance for OpTic, wiped off the board.
Oh, that's another quality chance for Reynolds, unfortunately off the back wall. Honestly, not by much. Frustrating to say the least, but now the demos come through and two-piece. That's great recognition of the situation. Realized he needed to get there and just dump that one down the field. See what happens.
A lot of demos coming out for OpTic right now. AJ, pull the ball. Pitches it over Reynolds! Oh my
you're joking.
God, what in the world? You do everything right. You draw up the right pass. You do the right thing.
Oh, no.
You hit the ball with power, and then this happens to you, and it's off the ball. Okay, all right. Fourth man showed up today. Good job, blue post. Good job, orange post. Everyone's doing their work today.
Everyone.
Really appreciate all your service over the years. Thank you.
High quality construction. No, no elasticity. Not out of place.
They're gonna have to change the lights on that thing eventually. I mean, some of them are looking like they're going out. Let's be honest.
It's getting pepper, that's for sure. Heat up. New paint job at least here at Wasteland.
I don't think they had paint. I think they would have repainted those years ago. But Reynolds, nice 2 touches. It didn't matter. Memory covered Parth. Magic Bear squaring up on the 50 and a big boomer downfield. Parth dropped down the two-piece, but no. Memory, he was also playing it tight. He got a neutral 50. Allowed Parth to come back, get a boost, and protect the ball. Wasteland overtime continues.
Ooh, but OpTic, that's a big couple of challenges from Magic Bear. Two-piece, you're in a
What?
terrible spot.
He bumped
I don't know.
He bumped Memory,
Huge
bumped him.
backflip. Just aware of the timing. Literally backflipped as soon as he got bumped, so it would stall the bump momentum.
Oh.
Keeps the save out. What a play.
I don't even think Memory meant to bump him. I think he was just trying to get in the rotation. He just drove in front of him, and oh my gosh. OpTic. Parth. Now going to take it away from OpTic. He's got a reset.
Oh,
he
you
was
just gave
hoping he could get him out, but Reynolds ain't fooled. He finally finds the mark, and OpTic, one to go to win the series.
You know, I'll be honest. I think Two-Piece saw that flip reset start, and I think he thought his teammate got it. And to be honest, I don't know if he did or not, because it didn't look like Parth tried to actually execute a flip reset there. But I don't understand why he wouldn't have hit it if he had got it. You know what I mean?
It would have went right in the Rebels.
Well, but at the same time, him not hitting it just let Reynolds take the ball for free. And
Absolutely. But like,
Two-Piece behind him is just thinking, oh, here comes the flip reset. This ball's going forward.
Yeah,
so I think it's very exactly. That's why I think it's very possible Parth actually didn't get that flip reset somehow. Yeah. So I don't understand why you wouldn't go for it.
So
either way, that's a tough one to lose on. I mean, really kind of an unforced error. I mean, Two-Piece really just thinking one thing is going to happen and the exact opposite happens. Reynolds, to be fair, Reynolds, I think, did deserve to score another goal there. he had quite a
man, if you're banging the bar the whole time, you don't deserve it till you sink it. Come on now. Come on.
One of them off the backboard, one of them ricocheting off the post and going straight back across the box.
With how many demos he's gotten too, like you think eventually that one of those would have enough of an open net, right?
Well, unfortunately for Shopify Rebellion, the luck didn't last forever, and Reynolds got a nice uncontested can't miss this one to put Game 5 away and put them on match point. Shopify Rebellion now in the situation needing to win 2 straight. Granted, this is just the beginning of the journey for either of these teams. They would still have to win the entire event with a little bit of help still to come. But that being said, it's always better to get yourself in a position to where you still have hope rather than just have it come screeching to a halt right here.
Well, and you know, the season is something you have to keep in focus as well if you're both Rebellion and OpTic, because these points do accrue over time. So a good placement might not get you into the major, but it will give you a couple more points. And when we get down to the stretch at the end of the season,
World
those points are going to matter. Yeah, it's going to matter a lot. Fun fact, though, Magic Bear, he has not made a single top 4 since he's been playing. He has made top 8.
Oh, really?
He's made top 8 10 times. But he's actually the player who's made the most top 8s without making a top 4.
Wow.
10 of them. Magic Bear has a chance here to get his very first top 4. Can he get it done?
That's a fun one. That you said fun fact. That is indeed a fun fact.
I like it. But also a fun fact, Memory scored. 1-0 Rebellion.
Somehow, some way, Memory just keeps being in the perfect spot. That's a second kickoff. It's just drawn straight through on 2
literally
teams.
Here's Johnny just crying right now.
They're playing close follow-up, and it's just like, guys, come on, this can't go in. Oh,
I think there might be 1,000 of those that go in before the team finally changes their ways. But hey, it makes it more fun for us, right? We'll never know what's going to happen. Two-piece was hoping for a read, no chance.
Yeah, he's going for the world right there. He wanted an incredibly obtuse angle shot back across his body to the net. Ambitious to say the least, and a pinch straight to Magic Bear, but just out of reach. OpTic in the hole early, of course, but that is kind of the silver lining. You've got all game to find one, and I guess to make it better, you were going to have to score at least once to win anyway.
Absolutely, and I mean, with Rebellion's defense, I think they're in a very good spot to hold this 1-goal lead. OpTic for as much control that they had at times and as much as Rebellion's crossbars helped them out. Besides that game, I mean, Rebellion's defense had really played a mostly solid series and putting on some good pressure against OpTic, but Reynolds turns right back onto the ball. AJ also diving for OpTic. Parth the other way and can't make contact.
They're going for the big reads off the wall. Oh, man.
Both teams are just trying to fly supersonic on these transitions. And Parth is going for the impossible angles right now. Ooh.
It's just, you'll try anything to extend the lead.
It's true, especially when you're on Neo Tokyo and may very well be sent out of the tournament after this.
Hello, two-piece. That is aggressive there in the midfield. I guess he did have a player behind him in Parth, but at the same time, you got to be at least a little cognizant that that may not be the best challenge to always go for. Some physicality. Look at Reynolds' disruption here in the net. Forces them to turn to the left. And the recognition here from Magic Bear says, aha, the right side's open now.
You know, that's one thing about Reynolds' game that hasn't really changed over the course of the entire season. While OpTic have certainly had their struggles, Reynolds in every single tournament is always leading the league in demos per game. And that doesn't include all of his bumps that he causes. Oh my gosh, that's a great pass. And then the bar ruins
and that's through all three.
And Reynolds is there. He knows he's got it. He's just got to put memory, and he does one better. Deletes him off the pitch.
So OpTic, and I suppose more specifically AJ, actually get the bump to score in the previous play. This time Reynolds says, nope, this one's definitely going in that demos category. Count one for me. Great play from Reynolds to execute the one-on-one. And Shopify Rebellion kind of get put in the fire here a little bit. Half the game, got to find one. Certainly doable, but that's been the question. It's never really felt like they've had a fully cohesive, three-man push over on OpTic for quite a while now, really since game one. Oh, that's a beautiful pass.
Oh,
you're kidding.
Terrible shot. Memory, who had been very accurate earlier, has somehow lost his mojo on that shot. Bounced off the inside of the post. And a chance for a tying goal goes to the wayside.
That was absolute money. I mean, a pass like that across the box beats all defenders. Reynolds could have really put this one on ice. Can't convert, though. May have run out of boost, and this time, let's talk about flying under the radar here. The 6-inch air dribble into a pass.
It works, though. I mean, Magic Bear's forced up, and AJ, he sees Magic Bear, so he positions himself to the right side of the net, thinking he's going to play a 50 off the back wall or play the ball out to the corner. But no, there's just a little bit more boost, and they fly right by Magic Bear, complete the pass, and Rebellion are still alive here in Game 6. Two-piece trying to keep it close. AJ went for the pinch, but the ill result is ball just gets sent back to the blue corner. Nice quick touch from Reynolds. Whoa. AJ just casually flying back, trying to size that ball up, and then an orange car goes way around you. Now OpTic go right towards the net, and they're in!
Oh.
Reynolds scores again! 2 for him, 3 for OpTic.
Too hot to handle for memory here. This one gets absolutely smashed off his backboard. Not to mention AJ coming in and getting physical with him as well as he tried to rotate back to net. Did not have a clean look to try and go and take that one away. Reynolds converts another one.
Rebellion have to respond again. Another neutral kickoff, but another win for Two-piece. He goes hard. AJ meets him at the punch, and now he's missed the ball, and everyone's missed. It's contagious. Everyone, it's contagious. A little whifty to follow that one up.
Shopify running out of options. Caution to the wind. Ooh, could have been something special. Memory, obviously an incredibly difficult shot there, but what can you do?
Oh, AJ, I guess you're going to watch him put it in the back of your net. AJ running downfield here, and he's just back forth, trying to get back. Two-piece trying to size AJ up the whole time, and what are you supposed to do with your two-piece? You're hoping somebody could stop him on that push. AJ, excellent approach and good shot.
Oh, excellent approach, to say the least. Chain dashing down the sidewall to keep up his speed as he collected that midfield boost to get himself in position. Great bit of movement.
Clear downfield. Rebellion starting to become impossible territory. Rebellion, for Two-Piece and Parth, their best finish has also been top 8. But they've only been able to get top 8 3 times. So, as they try to force Game 7, there's not a lot of time. They need a goal with some left on the clock. Maybe they can get one here with Two-Piece. Drop pass is looking good. 1 to go.
Something to look forward to at least. You're not totally out of it just yet. Nice dish from Two-Piece into the middle, of course. Take that away. OpTic totally frozen on the backboard there with AJ. And obviously capitalize on the open space in the midfield. Great pass, great shot.
How do they draw this one up? Another standard take off. Two-Piece losing that 50. And it's a little awkward. Everyone's back. OpTic take the ball out and take Rebellion out. No time left. Rebellion get it done. In the corners, it's over. Magic Bear and OpTic get to top 4 and continue this little journey. They're the biggest Complexity fans ever waiting in the semifinals.
Yes, the biggest Complexity fans is right. Congratulations, Magic Bear. Welcome to the top 4. We hope you enjoy your stay, but the journey's not over. Still got to find a way to win out in the regional, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, Shopify just never really got their feet set when it came to having consistent and dangerous offense. There were a couple dangerous counterattacks, but not a whole lot of extended stays. OpTic just looking too controlled, and they got their own counterattacks more often than not, executed on them and put Shopify Rebellion in the ground.
And apparently for the entire season, Reddles has now officially passed Com to lead in demos per game over the whole season. So congrats, Reddles. You know, and you made a top 4 while doing it. So props to you, and props to OpTic for finally putting together a solid performance in a tournament. These guys got together. Everyone was excited to see what they could do, and they flopped out early in winter. But they finally figured it out in the Winter Invitational. They get top 4, and now up next, Dignitas, 1 match away from making it to their first major. Can Andy and company get it done, or are Complexity going to sniff the flame out? Find out after the break.